right, come on, guys. It's hey, David. I can't really see you guys' names because I'm driving, but let's give it a few minutes, let some more people get in here. Just to let you guys know, since you're early, I'm actually in Chicago. I flew into Chicago here for a few days, and we had got a lead, and they said, since I'm in Chicago, why don't I take this lead? So haven't done it in a while, but I'm going on a seller's appointment, going to look at a property. It's in the Chatham area of Chicago. I did one earlier today on 91st and Colfax, worked out pretty good, but now I'm headed to one in the Chatham area on 88th and Bennett. What I wanted to talk about today in our little Fun Fact Friday is knowing your IMA and ICA and how are you going to reach them. So people ask me, what's IMA and what's ICA? So your IMA is your ideal market avatar. So where are you going to market? Where are you going to find your people? What area do you want to be in? So that's IMA. So for example, if I'm here in Chicago right now, Chicago have millions of people, millions of areas. So instead of us trying to do the whole entire Chicago area, the whole city and suburbs and outskirts, we pick a certain area that we want to target. So what we do is we blanket that area with marketing. So if we're going to do, let's just say, for example, I'm going to see a property on the south side of Chicago in Chatham. I wish I could take you guys with me, but it's my first time meeting this lady. So we're going to go in, try and make an offer. Well, we're going to make an offer, see if we can get a contract done. But so we're working the south side of Chicago in an area called Chatham. Chatham is a really nice, stable area. You know, so all of our marketing, our direct mail, our text message marketing, our Facebook ads, what else? Our door knocking, things like that are all in this area. So when people hear from me or from my team, it's not just through SEO or through text messaging, but they're getting hit on 4 or 5 different levels. So they are now becoming familiar with the brand and everything like that. So when they say, hey, I need to sell a house, they know exactly, hey, call Marcus, call the Equity King, call his team. They'll be able to get it done for you. So that's your ideal market avatar. So you should know that area. You should know that market like the back of your hand. If somebody give you an address, you should know what side of the street that property is on. Is it on the north side of the street? Is it on the south side of the street? Is it on the west side of the street? Is it on the east side of the street? You have to know your market avatar. You know, next is your ideal customer avatar. So in that market, in that area, who are you trying to find? You know, are they absentee owners? Are they, you know, seniors? Are they divorcees? Are they people with high equity? You know, so you have to identify who those people are, and you give them a name. You know, our ideal avatar is Mr. and Mrs. Smith. So we're looking for Mr. and Mrs. Smith. These are people that are retired. They are 60 plus. They have at least 50% equity in their property, and they may be looking to move down south or something like that. So we're looking for Mr. and Mrs. Smith in the Chatham area of Chicago. So everyone that I talk to, everything that I do has Mr. and Mrs. Smith on my mind. So when I'm talking to Mr. and Mrs. Smith, you know, I know that they're retired. So I'm going to talk to them about retirement. How are you enjoying retirement? What are you doing for retirement? What did you used to do? Where did you retire from? You know, how are your kids? Your kids are grown. You know, how come your kids are not taking over the property? So on and so forth. So I'm becoming bonded with the Chatham area, my ideal market avatar, and I'm coming bonded with my ideal customer avatar. So everything that I do has those two things in common. So again, when I talk to a seller, if it's on the phone, if it's text messaging, however, I'm thinking in my mind that I'm talking to Mr. and Mrs. Smith. No matter if their last name is Jones, no matter if their last name is Jackson or whoever, I know I'm talking to Mr. and Mrs. Smith. So keep that in mind. Then 3, once you know your ideal market avatar, once you know your ideal customer avatar, now how am I going to reach them? And then again, that goes to your different marketing strategies. So with Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I know that they're older, I know that they're retirees. They may not be on Facebook, they may not be on Instagram, so I'm not going to try and target them there. I'm going to try and target them old school. So I'm going to try and do direct mail. We may do some door hangers or door knockers, or just picking up the telephone and calling. Hi, this is Marcus Maloney. I'm calling because I recently purchased a house in the Chatham area of Chicago. I know you're in this area. I'm just curious to know, I know this is a long shot. Are you interested in selling, or do you know of someone else that's interested in selling a property in that area? You know, if they say no, then you just move on to the next person. But if they say yes, then you want to dig into that conversation a little bit further. I'll give you an example. I just received a message from a lady, don't know who she is. She dialed into our system. She said her son gave her our client telephone number where people call in at. She left me a message and said, hey, I don't own this property, but this property at such and such address in Chatham, you know, has weeds grown up, has everything like that. It looks abandoned. I know that you're buying in this area. We want to keep our neighborhood looking good. Can you please check into this property for us as the community? And in Chicago, you have different block clubs. So I try and tap into the block clubs and everything like that. So it's really getting out there, knowing your ideal market, knowing your ideal customer or client, and then knowing how to get in contact with them. So with that being said, this is me. This is Marcus, the Equity King. Guys, I am headed to the seller appointment right now just to check on this seller and see if we can get this property under contract, just to give you some light numbers on this property. We did the ARV in Chatham. It's going for anywhere between $225 and $250. We made a verbal offer over the phone, sight unseen, between $40,000 and $55,000. So we know already before we show up to this appointment that between $40,000 and $55,000 they're willing to accept. So now we have to know, is it going to be closer on the high end or on the lower end, depending on the conditions. So tell you guys to be smart. Don't go out here and just run around looking at houses without a specific outcome. So what we do is when we get Mr. and Miss Smith on the phone, we tell them we can offer you, based on what you tell us about the property, between $45,000 and $55,000 or $45,000 and $60,000 hypothetically. If they say, well, okay, we want somebody to come out, we already know 9 times out of 10 that they're going to take an offer between that price range. So we don't have our acquisitions managers running all over the city just looking at properties and trying to negotiate on the spot. We do that all over the phone to save time and to be more what's the word I'm looking for? To be more efficient. I'm sorry. So to be a little bit more efficient. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you. Enjoy your Friday. This is the Fun Fact Friday for today. I gave you some quick tips, gave you some things that you can do and work on. So let me know. You can leave a comment below what's your ideal market avatar and your ideal client avatar and how you're going to reach them. And on next Friday, we'll talk about, I'll pick one of them and I'll talk about, that market, that avatar, and the way to reach them. Okay, guys, Marcus Maloney signing off. I enjoy you being here, and you guys always know what to do. Always enjoy the journey. Have fun, guys. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend.